Everybody, welcome to Petra's Happy Place. My name is Petra. Nice to meet you guys. For those of you that are returning, thank you so much for coming back and hearing or even caring what I have to say. That's wonderful. I appreciate that. Let me see if I can helps a little bit. Okay. So today I wanted to just chat with you folks for a little bit. There's just so much going on in this head of mine that sometimes I just need to spill it, right? Y'all ever get that way? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. I'm just looking here in my background. You can see all kinds of fun stuff. There's a filter for my air conditioner. Anyway, this, you can see some of it is my tea cup and teapot collection. It's really interesting. It's got lots of stories. Maybe one day, if y'all care about to know some of the history, I'll bring them all out and show you guys. Set it all on my table, maybe give y'all a little taste of my collection. Anyway, back to yarn, or let's start with yarn. So my very last project that you guys chose for me was a top. And granted, now I did pick the top out, and I picked the yarn out. And then when I opened it up, I realized that the yarn was not going to be good for that project. So I got a different yarn. And some of you have been following this journey. Oh my. I feel like I've let you guys down. I really, really do. Because... and I've let myself down, honestly, to tell you the truth. I made I guess it's called the yoke part, the neck part, and has a very different starting. It's not a starting oval, it's a starting puff stitch, and it's just, I've never done it before. I finally figured it out. With the help of some friends, I figured it out, and I was so grateful because, I mean, I learned a new technique. Well, I worked the entire neckline, and I got to the same point I have been getting to for the last week and a half. I cannot figure it out. I have looked and read and tried to work it. It just does not make any sense. Now, I don't know if somebody wrote the pattern wrong or I'm just too dense to get it. But there's no way I could figure it out. And you know how when you start on the top and you get down, you have to make an armhole. Well, nowhere, I did not see anywhere in that pattern when you started to make that part where you were supposed to chain a certain amount or even do a puff stitch for that amount to go around the arm, on the underneath of the arm. To me, in my mind, it's not like I have a mathematical mind or anything. I just don't get it. So I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. And I said, forget it. Forget it. I'm just frogging it. And I did. I just frogged it. And that pattern is going to have to go on the back shelf. So I got this much done for another top. And I'm thinking, oh, that's going to be a lovely top. Look at that drape. And I was just going to do a basic a double single in one space, skip one, and I don't know. Anyway, I was just kind of making it up as I go along, and I thought, okay, I have enough yarn to do that. Well, I don't know who I thought I was kidding. I only got like 325 yards. How am I going to make a top with 325 yards? Yeah, that's not going to happen. So guess what I'm going to have to do with this today? I'm going to have to frog it. It's just I did all of that yesterday, and I'm going to have to frog the whole thing. Oh, guys, I am just beside myself. I mean, I love the yarn. I love the hook that I'm using. I love doing this. I love working with the yarn, but come on, why can't I find a stinking pattern to use? I don't know. So I'm going to have to get my yarn winder out again and wind it all up. This is like the third time. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I don't know. If y'all have any suggestions on what to do with this, please tell me. Give me some advice, please. I'm just at a complete loss. At this point, I'm thinking of making a little capelet, another one of those Karina Anna poncho capelets. I think I'm going to make another one of those for me. I think I should have enough yarn. This with 312 yards, no, 315 yards. I think that's how much I have. So yeah, I think I have enough for that. So yeah, I think I'm going to make another one of those just for me, a simple little one with the tie. That's the only thing I can think of, unless you guys have something else that you would suggest that I use with this yarn. I don't even have enough to make a very lacy top, you know, like to wear over top of a, I just, I don't know. It's just not coming. And I hate that. I hate it when I can't think of something. I love the yarn. It's got so many gradients in it. You can see it real well. It goes from limes to forest to olivey greens. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I love the yarn. This is 100%, yeah, 100% bamboo by Kristen Omdahl, number 2 sport weight yarn. But y'all help me out, please, because I can't start any new You Choose projects for me until I get this thing done. Whatever it is, I got to get this thing done. So, yesterday, Mother's Day, it was a very interesting day for me. For those of you that remember in some of my previous videos or even some of my lives, you all know that the relationship I have, well, I can't even call it a relationship because there really isn't anything there between me and my 3 children. And it's been that way now for, depending on the child, anywhere between 6 and 8 years. Anyway, it's just a very, very tough situation. But I wanted to share something with you that might encourage some of you. And I think it's really important. Now, I'm not talking about all mothers. I'm talking about mothers that find themselves in a situation similar to mine, where the children have gone their own way. They have become a prodigal. I know there's several of you out there that have very similar situations. Excuse me, coffee is calling and it smells delicious. I put caramel and vanilla in it. Yum. So, yesterday morning, I had a thought, and I know it was the Lord just giving me a thought, And I was starting to feel sorry for myself because I couldn't celebrate Mother's Day because my kids were not celebrating me as a mother. And I started thinking about, and I started letting that get to me. That, excuse me, my nose is just itching. I've got this allergies are starting to come in again. But I start going down a well, and where all I can hear is my thoughts are like, I feel sorry for myself because my kids don't have a relationship with me, and I want my children. And honestly, sometimes I think, okay, I really don't want the kids the way they are now. I wanted them the way they were, 10 years ago, when they were nice to me, they were respectful, they were kind, even when they were little and they were cute, Now, well, anyway, adult children are never exactly what we want them to be sometimes. So, as I started to say, the Lord just kind of spoke to me. And he said, Petra, you spend too much time with what other people think of you. Wow. Ouch. Okay, you guys, I know some of you can relate, okay? Sometimes we can be people pleasers, right? But anyway, he said, you spend too much time thinking about what other people think, what other people believe you to be. Why have you stopped believing what I say you are? Okay, y'all take that in for just a minute. And I just was flat on my rear end there for, not literally, but figuratively. Wow. And he continued. He said, I called you to be a mother 31 years ago. You became a mother because I said so. And then you became a mother again. And then the third time you became a mother by choice. And you are a mother whether your children call you that, whether other people acknowledge it or not. You are a mother because I said so. And you don't stop being a mother just because your children don't call you mother, just because they're far from you and they become a prodigal, whatever the circumstances are. Now, again, I'm not talking about moms who are ladies who are wanting to be a mom and cannot have children, or they have fur babies. I'm not talking about, and those are wonderful, and I love them. I love you guys, and it doesn't make you any less a mom. I'm just talking about for me and my situation. And I just felt so validated yesterday morning. And I just was like in tears, happy tears, because what greater validation can a person get, right? So after that, I got out all of my Kristen Omdahl yarn. You all, I am bad. I have this big basket. I got it from, I don't even remember where. Okay, it's this huge basket. And it was like bowed over. and I dumped it all on the floor, and I sorted it all by color, and I was surrounded by all this beautiful yarn, and I loved it. I loved playing with it, touching it. Oh, it was so nice. And you know, I was so happy. I was so happy. I wasn't planning. In fact, I'll show you what I was doing. I was writing it all down. Like all the different, you know, the different, not colorways, the different styles of yarn, you know, whether it's a number 2 yarn, whether it was a cotton or bamboo or a fingering weight. You know, I wrote everything down, the colorway, and how many I have of each. Doesn't that sound fun? I know, I know. Y'all know I'm an organizer. So look at all this luscious goodness. I know it's not pictures, but look at all this. This is all of the number 3. It's 3, that milk fiber, you guys. I have all of it. And I have one of a couple of them, but I go all the way up to 9 of a certain color because I really liked it. I was just so in heaven. And I'm going, you know what? Happy Mother's Day to me. You know, right? So I was just so happy. And looking at it, looking at my stash, I'm thinking, you know, I have got so much here that I could make all kinds of lovely things for myself and for other people. I lack nothing except for this. And this is one of them. So guys, if you could think of something for me to make, I am going to post this video like as soon as I can. And I am going to wind this back up, and I'm hoping that by this afternoon y'all could come up with some ideas for me. Again, it's 2-weight yarn. It's let me just make sure I got it is excuse me, it's 100% bamboo, and it's 325 yards, 325 yards of it. And that's all I've got. So if y'all can think of something for me to make, I want to make it this week. I really do, because I've already got the project set up for the next round. And I just want to get going. You guys, thank you so much for indulging me and listening to me and keeping up with me. I really appreciate it. And if y'all knew my heart, y'all gonna make me cry. I'm a little emotional. Because when God talks to me, I get emotional. Because it's like, who am I that he's talking to me, you know? You guys mean the world to me. You don't know how much you guys mean to me. In fact, I will say this. You guys wished me a happy Mother's Day more than anybody else. My friends here, my Yarny friends, wished me a happy Mother's Day more than my family, more than my loved ones, my extended family. And I can't thank you enough. I appreciate you guys. All right, we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.